If you need a tough layer of protection for your very vulnerable rocker area, these officially licensed Jeep rock sliders with the Jeep logo in textured black will be a great addition for your 2020 or newer JT Gladiator. Now, this set of sliders will be right up your alley if you want a sleek way to protect the wide open wheel-to-wheel area, whether your JT is seeing some dirt all the time or just some of the time. Now, these will be mainly for the JT owners looking for that coverage, but will offer a bit of room to hop into the cab area, which you will definitely benefit from if you have a lift kit or a leveling kit installed. Now, this set will feature a straight wheel-to-wheel design, which will be incredibly beneficial off-road. If you do come down onto an obstacle, you'll be able to slide right off of it without the possibility of getting hung up compared to some other sidestep options. Now, this will also come out from the body a bit for some outward protection and taper in on the front and rear ends, as you can see here, which is going to add a finished appearance to the slider itself. And I think what I like most about this is the embossed Jeep logo that's stamped right in the middle, adding that branded style, but also boasting OE quality out of the slider. Now, these will be tough, made of a steel tube and mild steel plate construction for good durability if you do come in contact with anything on or off-road. Now, on top, this will also have a two-stage finish using an epoxy pre-coating and a durable black powder coat for great rust resistance and to keep the sliders looking new for years to come. This will also come with absolutely everything that you need in order to install them, including all of the brackets, but I would like to call out that these are going to be mounted to the body in the pinch weld, so they're not going to be mounted to the frame like some other slider options, so I would just keep that in mind when you're taking a look into this set. Now, these will come in at about $600, putting these at more of a premium price point for rock sliders, but for good reason. Now, one of those reasons being is the compact design, also the outward and full-length coverage, and the fact that this is also going to double as a small step up into the Jeep compared to others that only offer that protection aspect. Now, not to mention, these are going to be officially licensed by Jeep, which means that these are backed with OE-style quality that you're used to. Installing these will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. I would recommend an extra hand when getting these onto your Gladiator just because they are a little bit heavy and you want to make sure that they are positioned right when you tighten them down. Now, at this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed process of how to get these onto your JT at home. That's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The tools you're going to need for this install include an electric or regular 3/8 ratchet, a 17, 16, 10 millimeter wrench, and a 16, 13, and 10 millimeter socket. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing rock sliders on our Gladiator, so let's get started. So before we get anything mounted up, there is labels on the brackets that say driver front, driver rear, driver center. So we'll be installing the driver front first. Now we can mount our bracket up using our M6 bolt, M6 lock washer, and M6 washer. Gonna line the bracket up, put your bolt through the hole, then you take your M6 washer, and your M6 nut, and hand tight that in. Same for the other side. Now for our other bracket, we're going to be using our M8 bolt, M8 lock washer, and our M8 washer. And we're going to thread it into our open threaded area that is drilled into the cab. Now we're going to leave everything hand tight so we can go ahead and adjust things later once the rock sliders are on. Now moving on to our center mount, it is the same orientation as your M6 bolt, M6 lock washer, and M6 washer. Get our holes lined up. Insert the bolt, your M6 washer, your M6 nut, then we can take our second mount with our M8 washer and M8 bolt. We're going to hand tight. Now we can move on to our rear, and we'll do the same thing for the rear. Same bracket. Thread these in hand tight. And now we're ready to install our rock sliders. So now's a good time to grab a buddy to help you lift your slider into the mounts. We're gonna lift up and take our 16mm bolts, slide them through our mounts. Then we'll get our second bolt and washer through. Then we can take our washer and our nut. Then we can take our 16mm socket and 17mm wrench to tighten this down. Now you can repeat that process for the rest of the brackets. Now using a 10mm socket and wrench, we can tighten down the 2 bolts that are on the frame rail. And now using a 13mm socket, we can tighten down the bracket up top. Now you can tighten down the rest of the hardware and repeat for the other side. So that's going to wrap up the install on our officially licensed Jeep Rock sliders with Jeep logo in textured black for your 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT. Thanks for watching, and for all things Gladiator, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.